Hi, this is Jeffrey, and today, in front of me, I have the September 1969 issue of National Geographic magazine. Now, why do I have the September 1969 issue of National Geographic magazine here? Because there's a very, very interesting article in it called The Coming Revolution in Transportation by Frederick C. Apple and Dean Conger. Now, since I have an interest in trains and buses and anything transit, I found this article really, really fascinating. Now, I've had this particular issue since I was a child. That's why it looks kind of ragged, and I've kept it ever since. And this article has a really fascinating look at what transportation of all types is going to look like 50 or 100 years in the future, as seen from the year 1969. So we're going to look at that. It's very interesting, and I hope you enjoy it. Now, there are other very interesting articles in this issue, such as Florida's Manatees, Mermaids in Peril, The Friendly Irish, Lonely Cape Hatters Besieged by the Sea, and Okinawa, the Island Without a Country. So all in all, this is a very interesting issue of National Geographic magazine. And the cover shows a picture of a girl, which is from the Friendly Irish story. So let's get started and let's look at what transportation was going to look like 50 years in the future or 100 years in the future, as seen from the year 1969. And here we see our first illustration, the airport of tomorrow. And I will now read the description. With this year's crush of 150 million air passengers destined to triple in a decade, planners foresee future airports as vast automated complexes such as portrayed here by artist Pierre Millon in consultation with Richard J. Barber, Deputy Assistant Secretary for Policy and International Affairs in the Department of Transportation. Dispersed to avoid congestion, glass-domed terminals range the perimeter of the 20,000-acre facility. Parallel runways permit simultaneous takeoffs and landings. As a supersonic transport screams in, jumbo jets disgorge and load their hundreds of passengers. To the right of the skylighted lounge, a wing of the terminal shelters passenger waiting areas and automated ticket and baggage routing machines. Cars park on upper levels of a local traffic hub left, while the roof serves as a mini port for VSTOL vertical or short takeoff and landing planes. Wheeling overhead, a Sikorsky Skycrane helicopter carries a passenger-filled lounge to a metroport in the city, left background. Faster V-stalls shuttle to nearby cities. As a hydrofoil scoots upriver, an air-cushioned vehicle takes on fares, and trains roll in and out. An automated highway rushes traffic along computer-controlled routes. Tubes whisk people capsules, and that's going to be seen on page 340 and 341, between terminals and the city. Now what's interesting here is you see this guy in a car here, in a self-driving car, reading a newspaper. Well, I guess they really did not foresee the internet or, Google News or Yahoo News or things like that. So in the future, in 1969, they saw the year, 2050, without the internet. So that's really interesting. And so let's take a look at our next illustration. Now, our second illustration here shows an underground complex, and I will read the description here. Underground arteries quicken the city's heartbeat in a downtown area a generation hence, as envisioned by urban planners and distilled by Richard J. Barber of the Department of Transportation and artist Pierre Millon. Free of the automobile, streets become people places, disturbed only by minibuses. Overhead, travelers use an elevated and covered moving sidewalk upright and an express tube for people capsules 3 stories above the walking plazas. Linking the surface with a noisy realm below, an escalator delivers pedestrians to a station where more capsules parade endlessly by. Passengers consult an electronic map for their destination code, far right. Then as many as 4 enter a capsule, punch their code numbers on a keyboard, enter credit cards, and zip homeward. Beneath the subterranean network of autos, trucks, trains, and subways, a pneumatic train utilizes the pull of a vacuum to scurry between stations at speeds as much as 140 miles an hour. To leave the station, the train coasts downhill past airtight tunnel doors, and it slows for the next stop by running uphill again. Comfortable and economical, this swift pneumatic train already intrigues New York City officials. Well, that's interesting because back in 1870, Alfred Ely Beach built a pneumatic subway in Manhattan. It only ran a few blocks, so that's actually an idea that is from the 19th century. So let's look at this a bit. So you have all of these different modes of transportation. I don't know where this is. It says it's 59th Street. I don't know if that's the future Columbus Circle. There is what looks to be some kind of a Capitol building up there. I don't know, where this is. But what's interesting is that you have a lot of these vehicles, these very futuristic looking trains and buses. None of them have wheels. Well, there is a truck that has, wheels. But you see a lady with a baby carriage up here, and that baby carriage looks like it's from the year 1920. I mean, if you're going to do an illustration of the city of the future, I think you should maybe make a more futuristic-looking baby carriage. So that's one of my comments on this. And hey, this is how they foresaw the future. It's not really true. It's not going to come true. Look at that. With doors like a DeLorean car. Well, that happened. They made some cars with doors like that, although, very, very few. So that's our look at the city of tomorrow and its transportation. So I hope you enjoyed this look at the future of transportation as seen from the year 1969. And look at that. Right opposite the first page of the article is an advertisement for the Boeing Corporation with the entire family of Boeing jets, which is very interesting. It's a very nice illustration there. You really do not see advertisements like that anymore. So maybe that's another topic for another video. Interesting advertisements from the year 1969. So again, I hope you enjoyed this look at the future of transportation. And as always, thank you for watching and have a great day. Bye.